What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Unfinished Business. This is episode 32. Thank you to Matt for letting me know that before we recorded. I'm prepared today. We've got a great show. We're going to talk about the preserve. Nobody wanted to win, in my opinion. We're going to get into that for sure. A lot of basket drama this last week. More Prodigy drama. We're going to start a new segment this week called the Disc Golf Stock Market, where we're buying and selling different topics in the sport of disc golf. We'll talk about the Swedish Open next week, and then we're just going to yap as always. A little bit different format tonight. We're just going to get straight into it. We're going to talk about the preserve. My piece, I've already kind of alluded to. I thought the final round was hilarious because it was more a battle of like who wanted to win the least. Everybody kind of had an opportunity, had an option to kind of take charge and take the thing down. Nobody really wanted to. So that was my general opinion, but I'll start off with you guys. What did you guys see out there? How much of the preserve do you guys get to take in?
Corey, go ahead. Speak, brother.
Well, I have been working this entire weekend, so I didn't see anything live. Not that I would anyway. I'm not really a live guy. So I watched the final Jomez coverage, and it was awesome. And it's very stuck in my brain because it was earlier today.
Yeah, what did you think about it? Do you agree with Taylor's statement or no?
No, because I feel like the reason people fell out of being in contention was because they slipped up on something that would have put them over the top. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I get you saying.
I feel like they were going for it. It's not like they like just fell apart.
Yeah.
It was
like excusable mistakes. It's not like something.
It was like I tried to turn this over. It went OB. Now I can't go past Ricky or something like that. Except Kyle Klein almost threw in on 18 for the Albatross, and I would have pooped my pants.
That would have gone crazy, dude. I was watching that live, and I'm like, there's a lot of cheers, and then it clips to it, and it's so much closer than I thought it was to clip that in there.
Would that be overshadowed by the holy shot still, or do you think that would be like the new holy shot?
No, I think the holy shot still gets it because it was like he had to throw it in. I guess you could make the same argument, but like because of the setup, I think it would be the holy shot still beats it out.
I think it's just stiff, like just because it was World.
Yeah.
I guess my question, I was gonna say my question is it Worlds beats the distance? Because this was definitely a lot farther than the holy shot. So like which one? I guess Worlds would take it.
Doss said yes, apparently. That's interesting. No, I was listening to commentary too, but yeah, I thought so too. I do agree with partially what Taylor's saying. So the big one that really, really stunk. Okay, there was a lot of spit outs this weekend. It's a Prodigy basket, but they were looking pretty vile. Isaac had a couple that looked like he was going to rip his putter in half. Kyle Klein had had one big one down the stretch. Gannon Burr on hole 11 though was actually just vile.
Yeah, that was just a good putt. Like, there's not a lot to say about that one.
And I'm a regular Gannon Burr fast putter enthusiast or hater, and I had to agree with that. He misses the putt, or he hits the putt, ends up it actually like falls out, and then he ends up taking a bogey, which essentially puts him out of it. He's the first guy to really take the full step out of it, but then he doesn't help himself by going OB on hole 13. And he still plays good golf the rest of it. But when you're going, 3 over on hole 11 and hole 13, you're cooked. But that was legitimately a vile putt. And then followed up by something I have not seen out of Gannon Burr in a very long time. Bro just straight up airballs a putt. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
I have not, like, legitimately, I looked at it, I went, I have not seen Gannon fully airball a putt in ages. Yeah, but that was insane. Other notable things, I said it, Ricky is just goated at hole 11 here. Hole 11 is just that one, like, over the wall there. Last year, he throws in from before the wall. This year, he's off to the right. I should say Risky is goated at putting on that hole, not at throwing on that hole.
He's always got a tough putt, but yeah, he does bang some putts on that hole.
Like, I saw it and it goes in and I'm like, eh. And then I see a different view. They show like a different camera angle and I was like, oh, that was a legitimately tough putt. So Ricky does that too, which is definitely sick there. But both of those were crazy. I do agree, Taylor. Like Ricky had a couple missed putts that like the one, like there was just a couple branches in the way, but he had a clear line and he just misses it. There's the other he has to lay out and he goes fully all the way to lay out and doesn't even get it basket height in front of the basket. And it's like, ooh. So there was a lot of that.
Yeah, I just felt like there's a little combination of like little things that just felt like uncharacteristic for just like somebody stepping up to take a tournament down. Like Isaac was missing a lot of putts, which can't really blame him when half the putts he was quote unquote making weren't staying in the basket. Like that gets in your mind. I felt like Kyle was just like a few feet off a few times, like a few too many times to really win. Like he had a couple putts that were either obstructed under branches or just weird straddles that were like just a few feet either way to, you know, keep him out of it. But you're definitely right. Ricky clutched up with those putts on 11. So I guess we'll get straight into it. Those were mine kind of takeaways, but you know, the big story, it was not a good week for the course. I feel like obviously the baskets were highlighted time and time again for spit outs. I know final card, final day, there were some slips on tee pads that looked pretty bad. I know Ricky had one. So not a great look for the course. I guess I'll just ask the question, are Prodigy baskets a problem?
No.
Show your work. Show your work.
And the reason I say that is because if we're comparing it to like something like golf, which I just recently had to fall victim of this, they move the pin often on the green, and sometimes it's in a horrendous spot. So when I was on my league, the week after Masters, the groundskeeper just decided to put all of the pins on the hardest, like embankments, everything, to the point where there was a hole that I don't think anyone got better than triple bogey on.
That's
and
crazy.
It's because and it's because it was literally on. So the green itself is like a 2-tier. So it's flat, ramp, flat, and he put it on like a third angle to where it was in between and also sloping like into the middle. Basically, there was no spot that the ball could like stop near the hole. You had to hit it and make it in, or else it was rolling 20 feet back. So we all started rolling 20 feet. It was like playing the last hole at like a putt-putt, where you have to either like get it in for like a free game or it just like falls. It was horrendous. I think Prodigy baskets needs to be treated like that because it's something that everyone knows now that you need to have a different kind of putt to keep it in. And I think people aren't ready for the fact that we should be altering our putt for a specific thing. I mean, we do it in the wind. You have to alter your putt for that. So why not per basket?
I guess my question is it kind of in the best interest for the sport for most of the highlights or most of the things we see from baskets to just be straight spit outs though? Like I understand a hard or an even harder like basket position or something like that, but I don't know if it necessarily looks amazing for just like spit out. Scott mentioned Holland had a bad spit out too. Like I don't know if that's the move. My question is, if everyone hates Prodigy baskets, even if we do nothing, how long do people put Prodigy baskets on the course? You know,
or how long? I guess in my mind too, like how much longer do you think we'll see? I mean, it's a tough look. Like Gannon's done it before. Isaac was this weekend. Like you are a sponsored player of the manufacturer's baskets that you are playing on, and you say loudly in frustration on coverage, "These baskets suck." Like, how much longer can that happen until Prodigy's like, all right, we're going to change our baskets? And I've been saying this for, I feel like forever now. We either need to, one, standardize the chain configuration so you can brand your basket however you want, but the chains are always the same, or two, lean into it and say like, even I, super am level, go play on my home course that now has Mach X's and think I need to putt differently on these than your typical like Innova chain star. But lean into that even more and say, like, we're going to do the Prodigy cross-chain configuration on hole 3 make it like an elevated basket. We're going to only do the cross chain on the left side on hole 7. Like lean into it more where you are actively like having to think about, I think that's a great way to start to think about like, hey, I need to miss on the right to the green of this hole because the putt's going to be way easier than the left side. Honestly, I think the easier and better solution for us is to just standardize the chain configuration because everybody's going to complain all the time anyway. But it would be cool to have some courses that like changed the configurations on different holes.
Yeah, that would be cool. I agree with that. Other thing I noticed, hole 18 had quite a few eagles on it. 16 eagles in the final round. Everyone on the lead card other than Isaac Robinson eagled it, and I think it's because he went OB on it. So that's another thing. And there was a lot of throwing. Like Ricky had Ricky had a decent shot at throwing it in. Kyle had a decent shot at throwing it in. Is the idea that I'm hearing from a lot of pros in your guys' head that the preserve is just a birdie fest? Do you think that reigns true?
Yeah, I definitely think so. But I'm not in the opinion that that's a bad thing. It would be a bad thing if every course was like this and like for every weekend on 3 rounds, you're needing to get to 40 under to win the event. But, I think having this style of course that is more open, less punishing, less OB, it's just kind of throw real far and see what you get. I think it's entertaining. I think it's a good watch. It's almost like if the Memorial was a good course design and not just famous because it was the Memorial. I don't think it's bad to have a few of those throughout the year. It would get annoying if that was every course, but I definitely don't mind having that a few times.
Yeah, and I think I agree with you because it was it legitimately was the level of if you missed a birdie, you were back and everyone else was probably birdieing out. So you were cooked there. And it made a lot of suspense. Tyler's talking about it in chat that like it was a birdie fest and you were like, I actually don't know who is about to do anything, Kyle had the right lead for a second. He misses 1 or 2. Ricky's got the outright lead. Matty O pops 10 under. Now he's coming out of nowhere. Yeah, a lot of that came
I was going
up.
to say it leads to a lot of entertainment too on like, you start the last round and, there's 10 people within 3 shots of the lead that could all, equally pop off or, again, you're on the lead card, you go stale for 2 holes and now that's really in your brain of like, okay, I'm all of a sudden I had a comfortable lead. Now I need to do some work. So it's entertaining in my brain.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep, I agree. I definitely wouldn't want it every single week, but it was fun. It was more fun than I expected it to be, which I like. I like the preserve. I watch a lot of preserve content, but yeah, Scott's definitely right. There's not, you don't really see as much scoring separation, but it's fine in this case in my head. And you can still somehow throw.
I wouldn't want to play a major on this course. But it's fun to watch for a weekend. Like that's where I'm at with it, right? Like,
yeah, Carter Arens or whatever still shot a +10 final round. So it's possible.
Hey, I was going to point out a good old Paul Macbeth tracker, 971 rated +1 round 1. So
that is rough there. That is ouch.
A couple things from this tournament that I want to highlight. We need more holes like hole 13 where it's literally put it perfectly or launch it into a river. Like
I totally agree with that.
I love that hole, and I love that we actually got to see Gannon lose a disc just sailing. I mean, all he did was skip it right next to the basket, but there was no way of it sticking.
Forces you to have touch. Like you have to like distance.
Yes. And then speaking of touch, was it just me or did it feel like everyone was treating hole 17 like it was the smallest, skinniest gap ever, and it really wasn't?
I feel like that happens a lot. Like what
the tree line wasn't that, like, it was decently wide.
I can't remember the hole earlier in the round that is a pretty small gap with the Mandos on each side that Ricky just like smacked first available and like technically didn't miss the Mando. Like 3 of the 4 people on the lead card missed that gap, and like obviously it's different pressure, but I'm thinking in my mind, like I go out there with my bag, I'm hitting that gap 8 times out of 10. I feel like
I feel like these gaps I could pull every single disc out of my bag and have a 95% chance of hitting the gap.
Yeah.
And that's not even with discs that I would actually throw through that gap because like that one was, I can't remember what hole that is. The one with the double Mando.
I'm looking right now.
It's
It's
only,
like 4,
I think it's like,
it's early in the
but,
round.
But it's only like 310.
It's very short.
And then this one is 250. It's under 250 and it's in even wider tree gap. I don't know why like it freaked people out. Maybe because it was 17 and they didn't want to like mess up this one because it's an easy burn,
you've got a good opportunity on 18, I guess, too, to like if you need to make some motion happen, like 18 is your chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Corey, it was hole 2. Interestingly enough, hole 2 played the 4th most difficult.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, that's insane to me. Like,
that's insane.
That is insane.
I can see it being difficult if you hit a tree on the way to the basket because there was a lot of like ricochet.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like Isaac smacked the koozie and rolled to like 35. So
yes, I can see where it wouldn't be a birdie fest, but making that Mando should be. I mean, you guys are pros.
yeah.
You guys are.
This
pros.
is your job. You should do that.
Yes,
every day of the week.
Last thing I want to say is mannerisms. There are good mannerisms, like Matty O literally dropping it to the floor after throwing. Like, it was amazing. I know you guys watched the live, but go back and watch the final coverage on Jomez. Germ and Yuli laughing every single time they would cut back to chase card, and Matty O doing just something random after he throws was the highlight of my day. Bad mannerisms, lead card.
Yeah.
Why do pros think that they need to like flail their arms around and like almost have a hissy fit?
I'm so glad you said this. I'm so glad you said this because I feel like Gannon is so hard to watch play.
Yeah.
It was everybody. It was
everybody. This was literally going to be my stock market pick. Yeah.
Even after Ricky fell, I understand he fell. But the way he acted was like he like slapped his knee and then like slapped his rag on the ground and like picked it up again and just I don't know like
Gannon's arm motions like Gannon airballs a putt and he's just like
yeah.
It's like what do you bro you missed like it was, what do you mean?
I don't know. Everybody on lead card was doing it though. So I don't know if they were told like you need to be more like emotional because you're on lead card and it like makes it seem like it's more dramatic, but it's not. You look like a really bad used car like inflatable. So I don't know.
We got anything preserve specific you guys want to hit on?
I love that course.
Yeah, the course looks sick. It makes me want to play the course, and because it plays so easy, it feels like I could go out and have a reasonably good time.
Like I could go and not hate my life if I go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But no, it was a cool course. I loved it. A lot of fun.
Yeah. Awesome. And speaking of hating your life, our today's sponsor, BetterHelp. I'm just kidding.
Hit us up.
I feel like that's every YouTube video lately.
I had no clue where you were going with that.
I didn't either, but I loved it.
Yeah, that was so fun. I was like, dang, bro. Okay.
All right, well, Matt just mentioned it. We're going to roll into this. This is Matt, why don't you give us an introduction because this was your addition here. This is the brainchild of Matt.
Yeah. So we're going to do this, and I think it's a generally fun idea here. The disc golf stock market, where the goal is to obviously buy or sell specific things in the disc golf world to make the most technical money possible. So everyone's going to bring 2 stock market options and tell us a little bit about why they think it is a good buy or a good sell. Taylor, do you want to start?
I was going to ask, do we want to roll through like 3 of each category? So do we want to do like buy, sell, sell, or do you want to do buy/sell from the same person at the same time?
Let's do buy/sell because I think that's funnier.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I will go ahead and start then. I am buying European disc golf as a whole. I think their coverage is better. I think their courses are better. I think pretty soon their players will be better. I'm super excited to see this expansion of the Pro Tour in Europe. James and Eric have been over there for a while, and I swear every week I see a post from Eric Oakley that's like, this is the best disc golf course in the world. This is the second best disc golf course in the world. So he's like super hyped up on these courses. So I'm just super excited to see where that all goes. You know, they have a ton of young up and coming talent as well. So I think overall, I am just buying European disc golf. I am selling anyone in the chat or otherwise. I've seen a ton of this on Twitter and Discord, Instagram, all of it, that are like super vilifying Prodigy for letting Kevin Jones and Vino Makala go. The Prodigy's the worst, greedy company, bad business. I can't believe they let my favorite player go. You know what has a lot more impact than actually being a bad person? If the company goes under because they're paying these salaries and they lose real workers that have health insurance and families on this job because you were paying Kevin Jones $125,000 a year to be in 70th place in the Pro Tour standings and not do anything. So I don't understand how everybody's coming at Prodigy and being like, I can't believe they would treat someone like this, especially when Griplock comes out today and find out that Prodigy set up the Innova deal for him. They connected the dots so he had somewhere to go. Like, I am so over this idea that Prodigy is like the worst company ever because they have bloated contracts that they're not getting any money on. And we're going to see this on a lot of other 2020/2021 contracts. IMO. Yeah. That's my piece.
All right. No, I 100% agree. And I think a lot of the times we lose the track that when Prodigy started, they were the first ones trying to even give real contracts. They were the first ones even like, you know, Will Schuster was the one like, hey, I want to do this for the players, you know, and obviously they've got to bounce around some in between. But yeah, they're definitely going crazy on that for a guy who is just wants to make his music, man.
My question is how many discs with Kevin Jones's name on it are actually selling in comparison to other pros that are making around the same?
I feel like even when Kevin Jones was like good, I was the only person I knew who had a Kevin Jones signature disc, and it's because I bought it with tournament money. like I got money from a tournament, and those were like their like Spectrum had just came out. It was like the M3, I think, the Spectrum M3. So I got one with tournament money.
So you paid with funny money.
Yep.
Reasonable. Yeah. All right, Corey, do you want to go ahead with your buy sell?
Yeah. Mine are a little more personal. I'm buying touchy forehands with putters, because not that many people do it. People need to learn how to do it because you need to be able to finesse a putter shot. And I'm not talking about like an overstable approach disc. Everyone knows how to chuck a zone and not let it like burn over. Take your, maybe not your putting putter, but take your putter that you usually throw and just try and throw it forehand on a shot that you would never do. And it is so fun. I actually filmed a full video on this, and it is a blast. And then yesterday, I was at Park Circle in Charleston, South Carolina. Awesome course. Threw in from probably like 70 feet up onto a tree stump, and the people I was playing with freaked out. They wouldn't have freaked out if I just threw it normal, but it was a forehand. And that was the first thing they said was like, forehand with a putter. Like it's insane. So do more.
Hey, you're right. You know why? Because I was literally just watching that video of Paul and AB throwing Lunas only, and they both threw Luna forehand like touch shots.
Yeah.
If the pros can do it, you should be able to do it too, or you should try and do it too.
I feel like I never throw that,
That's
but
the
good
thing.
things always happen. Like I threw in that Invader.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Not every pro knows how to do it either.
Not every pro does, and a lot of the cases, in their case, they need to take the most ridiculously consistent, in this case, zone disc, just because they don't want to have any freaky little scenario. But it's sick when they do it. So
yeah, but I'm talking about like, say you're stuck behind a tree, you don't have a putt that you're like comfortable with. Step out, throw the forehand, put it in the basket.
900 miles an hour, as Corey tends to do.
No. That was with the zone. I knew that thing shouldn't have gone in the basket. And then what I'm selling is the Garden City City Manager.
Okay.
That hits. Nope. His name was Dale or something like that. I don't know. He went by Doc. He moved to Florida. Guess who was standing in my way of putting a disc golf course in Garden City Park? That guy.
Get him out of here.
So now I have a meeting set up with the new Parks and Rec director to go over putting the course in. And I cannot wait.
We love that. We love that.
That is actually sick.
So I'm selling Doc.
Selling Doc.
We have an alert in the chat. Tyler says he has an extreme, in all caps, buy sell hot take. So hopefully we get another Tyler sighting this week.
I love Tyler sighting we go crazy. All right, let me run through mine. So I have obviously a buy and sell here. My buy is making girlfriend caddies actually carry your bag. Ricky Wysocki has girlfriend, I don't know, carrying his bag around, and Ricky carries so many discs. Bro, in his practice round, he has 2 Zuka carts full, and she's just chugging that puppy around, just whatever, going for it. That is funny. I want to see every pro do that. I want their girlfriend who said, "Oh, I'm gonna walk with the card. Strap a bag on him. Let's get cracking here."
I also noticed that Ricky doesn't know how to hold back his knuckles when it comes to his girlfriend. He straight up punched her, and then she went like this after her, like it actually hurt.
He didn't have the cards this week, Scott, but famously there are quite a few practice rounds in which his caddy is double carrying Zuka carts full of discs. And then right there. Apparently so. And then my sell for this week, Corey mentioned it earlier, is pros having little temper tantrums after missing every single putt. Okay. Ricky's putt where he has to putt forward and he's falling as well. He gave it an effort. He went crazy on it. No one is expecting him to make that putt. Okay. You don't have to slap it like, dang, that was a 25-footer and you should have a 95%, bro. You were under a tree. Even from under the tree, you didn't do a great effort, but we don't need the full-on enthusiasm there that I saw from a lot of people. Or when Gannon airballed and then he proceeded to pull his hand up and look at it. That as well, not necessary. Let's go ahead and sell that behavior there. All right, Tyler's in. Tyler's in.
Wait, breaking news. We'll bring him in now.
Wait. We have to bring you up on the live.
Yep. Got him.
To have your video. We got him. All right, Tyler, speak your truth, man.
So I have an extreme buy-sell hot take. I'm buying that disc golf is hemorrhaging right now. I don't think it's actually disc golf induced. I actually think the big driver for that is actually just the economy and the way things are with people right now. I've gone into 3 disc golf shops, and there are discs all over the place. And I always walk in, and I might talk to some guys, and the 2 out of the 3 places are not my normal places I've gone to. But I've said to them, dude, you guys just get all these discs and blah, blah. And they're like, no, these are discs that we've been trying to sell for a long time. So a lot of disc golf shops, at least the ones in my area, are having a hard time selling stuff. And it just seems like the interest in disc golf is going down. Now, with saying that, disc golf is a cost-efficient sport to play, especially outside. So you would think if it's more cost-efficient, more people would be playing it. But the thing is, all the money that gets pumped into disc golf, it's not like golf where you go to the course and you pay the course to play. All the money that gets pumped into disc golf is buying discs. So, because I was having that conversation with somebody, and they're like, that doesn't make sense. Because if it's cost efficient, people should be playing it. And I say yes, but they're also the used disc rack are really flying high. A lot of people are going through that, but a lot of people aren't buying new discs. I mean, discs are costing $25+ now. That's my opinion. I'm wondering what you guys have to think about that. Do you feel the same way?
No, I completely agree. I mean, I cannot think of the last time that I purchased a disc, which I'm a unique case as a disc reviewer. I get things sent to me. Fortunately, before this year, I'm a nobody anymore. But I genuinely cannot remember the last time I bought a disc. And it's the same thing. Like money is not going as far as it used to. Discs are more expensive than they used to be. It used to be super easy to justify like, hey, I'm going to go buy 2 X out new discs for $25. Now that's, like half a disc, it seems like it's, especially with shipping, like included in that. So it's, I completely agree, at least as far as like this, the money is not flowing into disc golf as it used to be at all.
I would be really curious to see what the viewership numbers are compared to last year, and ticket prices, or not prices, but ticket sales.
Almost every TD has said ticket sales are down this year on the Pro Tour.
Yeah. So there needs to be, I mean, I've always harped on the marketing team for the Disc Golf Pro Tour, saying they need to be finding different ways of getting, I don't know, we need to get more people into disc golf events so they can experience what it's like seeing pros play, get them excited. I mean, I have a buddy that owns a driving range, and he says he loves, or his most, how do I say this? His 4 most productive days at a driving range are Mondays after a major, right?
Yeah.
So, like, we need to get people excited like that to want to go out and go buy discs from their local stores. Like, I don't know what it's going to take, but somebody needs to get it together with the marketing team, or they need to bring somebody in that's like a professional or not professional, but like up there in marketing to help.
I'm curious, just as a question, do you think that that's partly an issue with like how our tour is laid out? I mean, thinking about the foremost, like the busiest days at driving range are the 4 Mondays after a major. We've had one major that nobody, like, it's just been controversy the whole time, Champions Cup, right? So like we're not even, I think that's always been a flaw in my mind with the disc golf season. It's like I cannot watch until August and miss almost nothing, I feel like, as far as like genuinely important tournaments, which does not feel good.
And for us Americans, it feels like Champions Cup and then Worlds. I mean, we watch European Cup, but it is like you can't just do that right in the middle of my talking, Corey. What the heck?
I texted him.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Corey just texted me, and I'm like, now I'm trying to read. I'm not professional enough to like not look at it. But like it feels like we know the European Cup's there. I'll watch it. We all watch it, but it doesn't feel like it just feels like you're exactly saying, like, we go from, what is it, April, and then Worlds is at the end of August. And so and then USDGC we throw in there right before the fall.
And then Pro Tour Championships like the next week, right? Like it's just
they cram like 3 large tournaments within like 5 weeks. I think that's what it is. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wish I could sit here and say I've got a ton of ideas. Corey, you need to get your brain going, because I feel like you would have a bunch of good ideas. And I don't know. They gotta figure this out. So, anyways, I was just sitting here thinking. I saw Matt's question in our group chat, and I didn't really, or the stock market thing. I didn't fully read it, so I didn't fully understand. And then while I'm sitting here listening to you guys, I just put the baby down for a moment, and I was like, I gotta get on him. I gotta talk about disc golf hemorrhaging. I mean, I'm worried for disc golf, honestly, a little bit. I wonder what the growth is like. I wonder, are we dipping, or are we at a plateau?
No, I think we're at a plateau right now.
I hope so. I mean, I really do. I mean, I think my biggest thing that I can think of that come to mind is like, I want to play some like exciting courses. Like, I don't want to play the courses that we built 10, 15 years ago. The disc golf has changed. So, I don't know whose responsibility it is or how you get people in our areas to start building courses. I mean, Taylor, they're building some places around you a little bit more, which is exciting. I know there's nothing being built in my area right now, anything new. There's one new course in the last 3 years. So anyways, I'm thinking like I'm getting a little bored of the same courses right now in my area. So,
yeah, just some context to Tyler. I know membership is still growing. I don't think we've hit a year yet where we did not grow in disc golf. Like PDGA membership last year was the first year since its inception that the Pro Tour lost, or not the Pro Tour, but the PDGA lost money. They
Really?
did not. Yeah, they did not profit. Which a big part of that is the lawsuits and Natalie Ryan and that. So
Sweet.
Yeah, unfortunate. But I absolutely agree with you, Tyler. Yeah, and discs are super expensive, bro. This mentions it. My Walmart just started carrying discs. Guess what they're carrying? They're carrying the Opto Orbit Trilogy discs, which means they're $22 a piece to buy.
Yeah.
So when you walk in there and you look at those and you go, "That's pretty." Oh, it's $22. That's a lot tougher to just go immediately.
This is hard to justify. Yeah, like I recently, our academy sells discs, and I for the longest time I've wanted to buy an EMAC Truth because I don't have one, and I used to do a TikTok series every day of trying to ace a hole, and EMAC himself actually commented to throw a Truth and it would go in. So it's been in the back of my mind since then, like, oh, I want to do that with a Truth. I went to academy and the Truth was like $25. I was like, bro, I'm not buying this to go throw like one time for a TikTok and like never throw again.
Yeah. You're absolutely right.
Or like previously $13-$14. Yeah, I'll buy that. Dude, I'll make a dumb little video for it.
Just one quick thing, and then I actually have to jump off. Are we thinking that Prodigy is in the tank? Did they announce it yet?
I don't think they're in the tank necessarily. I think their goal is to, I would assume, condense and try and keep the Robinson brothers, but I also don't think Isaac has really done anything crazy this year other than his past weekend. So
honestly, like the more I think about it, the worse I think it is. Just because if you're Prodigy and like you have player sponsorship drama before and you're needing to drop Kevin Jones because like you cannot pay his salary, if you can't make it to December paying his salary, that's not good. Like if you don't have the capital to like pay these salaries for, 6 more months, I mean, I get it that, at this point it kind of seems like dead weight, but it just does not feel good to me that they like came to this decision of just like, hey, we can't pay this anymore. Like we can't pay the monthly salary anymore.
Well,
yeah,
you got to look at it this way too. It's a business. So it might not be, we can't pay it. It might be strategy. Cause that's what 160 or 125 divided by 2 is like 60 and some change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 60 and some change that they can give both Robinson brothers.
Right. A little bonus for them, assuming.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So like 6 months, 61.25 divided by 2, 30. Yeah. That's like 30 grand that they can be like, hey, this is a bonus if you guys freaking win.
One more thing that involves Prodigy, though, for me is if Isaac Robinson is a stock in general, I'm selling the heck out of Isaac Robinson. I actually think he was just a flash in the pan last year. It's what it's really feeling like to me. I know he's good, but I think last year he just caught wind on 2 majors. And that was it.
There were courses that suited his game very well.
or just yeah, I mean, he had to manage Fox Run, but I think Brewster played really well. I mean, honestly, the hills that Brewster did not do, or the cameras did not do the hills of Brewster justice. Like it is a very hilly woods course. I was there, and I was like, when I went home and watched coverage, I'm like, you cannot tell. Like it was like hole 3 or 4. It's really uphill, and you just don't realize it. But anyways, I think Isaac. I don't think he's as good as winning 2 majors last year. Is what I'll say. So if I was Prodigy, I'd be very careful how much money we're dishing out in general. I think the days of making more than $100,000 are over. Honestly. I don't know. Like,
until disc golf rebounds, until disc golf rebounds, I definitely wholeheartedly unless you're in like the Paul, Ricky, Simon group.
Yes.
Like I feel like those are the only pros in my mind that can meaningfully sell enough discs to where it's worth it for you as a manufacturer to just throw money at.
I mean, like what pro would you give more than $100,000 a year for 3 years right now?
Calvin,
that's going to move.
Maybe.
But Calvin's
Aaron
already signed up.
Gossage.
Goose more than 100,000. He hasn't won anything.
I love him.
I know you do.
I want to give him the world.
But I feel like there's such a disconnect between like, yes, Isaac is quote unquote proven winner. Like we can talk about, if that'll continue, but yes, proven winner had a great season last year. How many archives are selling because of that, right? Like there's a disconnect between moving plastic to a level of, the big, you can probably count Ricky in that. So I'll say like Paul, Ricky, maybe Calvin, Simon of like their name. Eagles probably in that list as well. Like them as a personality will sell discs. But it's not strictly, you have to play well to be relevant and, get to that level. But we're at a point now where like, I think Paul, Ricky, Simon, Eagle could stop playing well next week and their discs are still selling for a few years at least.
You got to be a two-timer, I think. Two-time world champion, and then that starts making me a little bit more.
It doesn't even matter.
You don't think?
No, it's an influencer market now.
Yeah, I was
gonna
say,
look at how many videos Paul Macbeth says, "Hey, check out this new plastic in my disc." When's the last time you saw a video of an ad of Kevin Jones saying, "Check out this distortion"? I've never seen one.
Yeah,
and I mean to your point, Corey, Bedanza discs are selling out on Infinite.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
like
it's all social media now.
Yeah, hey, look at it. How many pros have started YouTube channels this year? They're figuring it out too. They're not that, they're a little far behind, but they're figuring out, they're looking at saying Simon and saying, everybody loves Simon and everybody tunes in for his videos. And every time he has a new release, guess what? Ace runs at Maple Hill with my brand new, whatever this is,
And he only has to play like half of the tour.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it doesn't matter.
I haven't been in my like little office in a little bit, and my wife put the dog in here when somebody was visiting this past week, and she left a chair too close to my desk, and I see that my dog has chewed up about 3 cords on my
I was going to say, how are your cords looking down there?
Not good. I mean, let me see if I can even show you. Like, this is my webcam cord.
Oh, no.
That's fully true.
Yeah, here is my mic cord. There's a nice bite mark right there.
So does your dog get on your desk?
Yeah, dude, I got a small dog, but he jumps up from here onto the desk if the chair. And then look at this. Here is the hold on, wrong way. There's the Ethernet cable.
Uh-oh.
So
that webcam is going to be agitating. You can't replace that cord, bro. You're going to have to buy a new webcam. But
well, yeah. Anyways, so all right, guys, I miss you. I want to get on.
Good to see you. Hope all's well, man.
Bye.
Yeah.
I love a little guest appearance from Tyler here. If we consistently get a little Tyler guest appearance, I wouldn't be mad about it at all. So,
did everybody buy / sell? We started yapping for a little bit. We all good?
Yeah, I think we bought and sold.
Yeah. All right. I cooked up a little game when we were starting the podcast here. So why don't we y'all down to just close out with a little game?
Yeah, let's close out with a little game. All
right, this is going to suck if you guys have studied this list, but I feel like you guys have not studied this list. So here's what we're going to do. This game is sponsored by FoundationDisc.com. So thank you to Foundation Disc. This is going to be my plug. Also, like and subscribe to the podcast. I'll say it. We're at 94 subs right now. We get to 100. I'll give you something. We'll find something to give.
Yeah, we'll get cracking.
We'll give something away. So press all the buttons, like, subscribe, notification bell. I don't know what all. Press it. Anyway, sponsored by FoundationDisc.com. They recently have done something Infinite's done for a while that I really enjoy, which is not telling you exactly how much of each product sold, but giving you a ranking of their best sellers. So we are looking at FoundationDisc.com best sellers for the month of May 2024 is the most recent data we have. I'm going to go back and forth. We'll flip a coin to see who starts. You guys are going to guess a mold. You're getting 3 guesses and the lowest combined score wins. So if, for whatever reason, I'll use Infinite since there's none on this list. Matt says Infinite Disc Pharaoh. That's the number 2. Matt gets 2 points. You want the least amount of points possible to see who can come up with the best list here. Who wants to?
So what happens if it's not on the list?
You get 0.
Isn't that good though?
And that's a good point, actually.
You get 1,000.
You get, we'll say 26 because that's the lowest number it would have been if it wasn't on
the list. All right. He's cooking.
So that'll be very detrimental. Who wants to?
The top 25?
Top 25, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Corey, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
Well, who wants to flip the coin? We'll do a coin
flip. We'll flip a coin? Okay. Here, I can flip a coin. Corey, you're gonna tell me heads or tails, okay?
Jesus Christ. You don't even have an actual coin on you?
No, but they have it on Google, bro.
On Google. All right. Corey, tell me heads or tails. 3, 2, 1,
Heads.
and okay, I think I actually have to flip it now. That was bugged out for a second. You got it. So you start us out. You start us out.
I say, Corey, you should choose. You can choose who goes.
Oh wait,
first.
yeah, you can choose it. That's a good, yeah.
I'll go first.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to go with the buzz.
All right. We have the buzz from Corey. I'll go ahead and tell you guys in order. The buzz is search here number 5. So solid little entry there. Solid little entry there.
Okay, give me the Pixel.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
We got no pixels on the list.
Oh my
for
gosh.
me.
I thought
We're starting out with a 26 burger on Matt's head right here.
Oh my gosh.
This is going to be quite a deficit, but you never know. You never know what could happen.
The Zone.
You little munch. You little munch. I'm like I can always depend on the Zone, and
the Zone is number 13 on number 13.
My
so
goodness,
18 for Corey, a hot 26 for Matt after one pick.
Give me the Destroyer.
Why'd you breathe so hard?
What?
I mean, I hate to say it, man. We got no Destroyer on this list, which I think is a little criminal. So we're going to go down, I guess, to 27 for Matt.
What the crap? Oh, my gosh.
This
is this on Foundation?
Yeah, this is from foundationist.com.
Okay.
So I feel like this may just be more of a victory lap here. I don't know if it's possible for Corey to lose, but
yeah,
go ahead and hit
it's not. But I can still.
I just threw for content. I'll be honest. There, that was. I figured my boy Simon would do me right, but he did not.
Let's go. Huh. Let's go Berg.
The Berg is his final pick. That's actually brazy. Okay.
The Berg is number 4 on the list. I feel like you got to be in tune with the Foundation releases. They had the custom stamp Bergs in stock last month.
They had the custom stamp Pokemon's Destroyers. Like
I think that was this month, though. This is the list for May, my son.
It's
the list
May. Okay.
Yeah.
I actually did not show my work.
What number is Force?
Well, Matt still has an entry technically.
Let me get my final one. MVP Hex, please. If this isn't on the list, I am gonna cry, dude.
Just as a quick update, we've got a sum of 22 for Corey, and Matt is up to 53 currently with no entries on the list.
Oh my god, the Hex is the negative 20.
He's going over. There's no Hex on the list either.
What?
So.
What is the list? Tell me the list.
All right, so we'll go rapid fire real quick. We've got Discraft Swarm, Simon Line, Time Lapse, MVP Tesla, Berg, Buzz, Race, Glitch, Rhythm, Pure, Crave, Drive, Detour, Zone, Intercore, Entropy, Hades, Diamond, PA3, P3X, Watt, Zeus, Kratos, Venom, Echo, Buzz SS. So I feel like some surprising discs on this list that I probably would not have guessed, but I think it's interesting. I think that it's definitely, you can see, at least in my mind, the bias of like what they have custom stamped at the time, but also things they're throwing in videos a lot at the time. Like I think about the Grace, like Trevor's been ripping on the Grace a lot. That's up there on the list. Some of the newer releases as well, but like P3X, obviously Trevor's been hitting PA3s up there, 100 throws at the time. I feel like that does influence this list quite a bit, which is interesting to look at. But yeah, we'll run that back at some point. Thank you to foundationdisc.com for sponsoring that section and sponsoring just, an absolutely crushing defeat for
Feels good to win, Taylor. Feels good to
win. Bro can't get any points, so I guess he had to get something.
Oh, yes. Well, one more thing. I forgot we do have a points update.
I was going to say,
have that pulled up.
I do have that pulled up, and we somehow missed it. So points for the for the season so far. So for this tournament, only 2 people got points, me and Tyler. Tyler got 4 points, 3 for Ricky winning. Wait a second. What? Wait. Is this throw for content? What is going on
there
here?
some fraudulation going on the
There
list?
might be some fraudulation on this list. Let's see. After show notes, saving this in the record. Okay. Oh, this is a copy paste over. That's what it was. Okay. Tyler copy. Okay, so Tyler got 4 points. 3 for Richard Wysocki for taking the win, and then 1 for Garrett Gerthy coming T8th. And then I got 1.
Garrett. Good job, Garrett.
Big week for Garrett. I thought for sure because Cal Longquist was like 18th, and I was like, or 16th, and I was like, that's pretty easy W there. And then I look, and Garrett Gerthy's just chilling, tied for 6th or 8th. So that's sick. And then I got 1 point for my boy Kyle Klein. And we had some slip ups. Taylor didn't even have Kale LaVisca playing.
Gannon sold for content, and
Gannon sold for content.
Shout out. I was also. Did somebody pick Ezra Aderhold, or did I pick Ezra Aderhold?
You picked Ezra Aderhold.
A solid tied for 93rd. Thank you.
Oh my gosh!
Really,
that is
really helping me out.
So I got Tyler got 4. I got 1. So that brings our new total to, I think this is accurate. Tyler has 22, and I am chilling at 13th. For a total that comes to me at 13th, Corey at 14th, Taylor at 19, and Tyler at 22. So Tyler kind of pulled ahead with that one, but a lot of the season left.
So you're talking crap about me not getting any points, and yet I'm still ahead of you. I'm still ahead of you.
Here's the thing. I'm trending upwards. I'm trending upwards. It's going up.
I'm just chilling. I'm chilling.
I almost did amazing by getting Kyle Klein for the W. I thought I tuned in when I first started watching. I was like, I'm about to hit Kyle Klein for the W. He had like 2 strokes or something, and then it was all gone. It was all gone by the end of it. But that's how it goes.
Yep.
Life comes at you fast. Well, there's the points update. We're not going to do picks for the Swedish Open as it is not a full field, but we'll be checking that out. I will be watching live. Corey will be watching Joe Mezer.
Lingonberry.
Excited to see the course. But with that, thank you guys for watching. Again, like, comment, share, subscribe. Do us a favor. Check us out on Spotify and or Apple Podcasts. If you are a listener there, we do post there as well. One more thanks to foundationdis.com and just Foundation in general for helping put us in this show together. And we'll see you next week.
I guess.
Bye.